Hey, what's up, guys? So yes, I am doing my last review of the night, which is DC's Legends Heroes of Tomorrow, Night of the Hawk. So, yes, this episode takes place in 1958. After we got to see last week's episode when they found out that Vandal Savage, this is where Vandal Savage kind of is, at his weakest, or, doesn't really know what's going on. Or something or other, I don't know. But they arrive there, and it turns out some strange things are going on. And so, through the course of events, our heroes have to figure out what's going on. These teenagers are going missing, and this person called the Slasher is the one responsible for these teens. And so, the team has to split up and do everything. And throughout the episode, a lot of good character development, I have to say. That's something the show does very well. I think the CW does that really good. A lot better than other shows that I've seen. A lot better than most of these shows, these comic book shows or shows in general. They really do develop their heroes and their villain. And they really show their strengths and weaknesses and everything. But we're just start with one storyline, and I'm gonna talk about which is the shortest one, which is I'd say the thing that's brought up kind of briefly a little bit, which is that Captain Cold left his friend behind, and this is Jackson and him go back and forth because he's just like, you know what, I don't trust you because you iced your best friend in the entire world. I hate to see what you do with us, And it turns out in the end that Jackson's just like, you know what, because he saves Jackson. He doesn't decide to kill him. He saves him instead, because he turns into the big Nighthawk, which is interesting, which is something that Vandal Savage has created up with, and I really did like that idea. It was very fun, and I really did like it. So, and then I think, and then, so then he understands, like, no, you iced your friend to save us because you care about us too much. You're a hero on the inside, it, buddy. And so definitely, I really did like that. And then the ending, I really did like the ending. And I know I don't know why I'm going backwards to forward, but I just want to go that way. And I did like the ending very much because I like to see that because it was interesting that the team Kronos is finally catching up with them again, and he's on the Wave Rider this time, and he's attacking them, and they had to take off, leaving Kendra, the Atom, and White Canary all on back in 1958, which is like, no, don't leave. So it's gonna be interesting to see where it picks up next week's episode, and of course we know that they're gonna be back. They're all get back together at the end of the episode, I believe, because it kind of showed that in the promo. But maybe they're deceiving us. Who knows? But definitely I did like this episode. Everything was very well done. I really did like Kendra's and the Atom storyline, them having to get up close to Savage and stuff, and they had to go to his party, and they were neighbors, and they had to be a married couple, and you saw kind of how much, how they care for each other, how the the Atom, I don't know why I can't think of his name. I usually can get his name, but how the Atom really does care for Kendra. I'm trying to think of his name. No. So he does care for her, and he tries to protect her as much as he can, especially when she wants to go and kill Savage on her own. And that's something that this team keeps faltering at, is that they want to take Savage on their own. But that's the problem. You can't take the villain on your own. You have to team up together and take him down, as one team. Okay, sorry guys, I just need to check something. As one team, as one force, And I thought that was very interesting, to see that happen. And she tries to kill him again after get the dagger, but it doesn't work. And then the Atom, boom, knocks him out before he kills Kendra, saves her life, and then Vandal Savage is never to be seen again until, maybe not in the next episode, but who knows. And so, then we're moving on to, we'll go to White Canary and, the other, Professor Stein's storyline. Now, White Canary, I felt like a little uncomfortable. Well, I was just like, oh, okay, they're going down this road with the character. It's interesting. And, even though that they did that, I thought, it works. It makes sense. It works for the character because even though, it had some different choice, it is good to see, some representation for these people out there that are gay or lesbian or bisexual or whatever, to show that there are superheroes out there that are also like that. And it shows that that not all superheroes are straight, and it's good that they can diversify that. And so it was just like how back in the day, how you couldn't have a black person and a white person in the same room together. It was bad. But and it's good that they're kind of trying to do that. It's very interesting and very strong, and it also provides a good story arc. Well, a good arc for Sarah's character, because then she kind of grows over the episode. She's like, you know what, I have to learn to let out my feelings, not keep them bottled up. And it's very interesting and very cool, and it's a very good, character thing for her. And Dr. Stein, he doesn't really have anything going on in this episode, which is okay. But yeah, and then finally, I say the big thing is that Nighthawk, the big thing is that these group of kids run across this asteroid, and Vandal Savage is called to hit, and he is starting to eject these people, these teenagers that were captured in the beginning of the episode, and they are all these Nighthawk creatures, and it's the same asteroid that kind of gave Nighthawk, Hawkgirl and Hawkman their powers and stuff. And it was interesting, that it's like, oh, okay, but it's the alter effects. And this episode, I feel, was a very horror movie kind of ish episode, and I really did like that. I really like how this series can blend these different genres all together. It's very interesting and very cool and very fun. And it shows that there is range within the show, and it shows that the show is not afraid to do some ballsy things, and it did. Especially making one of their heroes turn into a villain, even though it's kind of happened before. But it was very interesting to see Jackson have to fight, be that monster, and that the team had to fight him. And oh, you know how cool it would have been to see Firestorm, Nighthawk, Firehawk. That would be pretty cool. You gotta admit, I would really like to see that. I would have paid to see that. I thought that would have been so cool if they would have had to join. If he would have joined. Oh, I thought that would have been pretty cool. And so, yeah, guys, I think that's about it. Definitely liked this episode. I'm really looking forward to next week. I guess Ra's al Ghul is coming back from what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but definitely looking forward to next week's episode. I think the characters are doing. I think the producers and writers of the show really understand the characters, really understand what they wanted to do when they first set out to do the show, and I think they really have fun. They really do genuinely have fun with their TV shows, and that's good. But yeah, guys, I think that's about it. I'm gonna give this episode a 5 out of 5 winks. Definitely, I think this episode deserves it. It really was fun. It really had the dark tension to it, but also, had some good thematic, good things that were very appropriate to it. And yeah, guys, that's about it. And I'm J Wink, and I'm winking out.